Hi YouTube, it's Sanriocore Crossing, and today we're going to go over my top 6 video suggestions for Sanrio. So Sanrio is actually a popular, well, semi-popular iron core that I've kind of seen, but I know there's been a few YouTubers that have actually done Sanrio themed islands, but what they've done is they might have imported the Sanrio's villages as well, and also they might have actually villager hunted for other villages, just for that iron core in particular. But it's only just a thing that I've not actually done a video suggestion on, so that's why I'm doing it today. So let's get into the video, shall we? So for our first video suggestion, we have Rilla. So Rilla posed to assemble Hello Kitty, which is a Sanrio based character, and she would obviously fit the actual vibe that I'm kind of thinking of. So if you are planning to do Sanrio themed islands, I think Rilla would be one of your best bets, because one thing, you don't have to villager hunt for her, because apparently crossover villages, you have to obtain them by Amiibo cards only. So if you're going to plan to get the Sanrio Amiibo cards either on Amazon, maybe other stores that could be either in the UK or maybe in the US or something like that, then you would rather obtain them from that sort of direction instead of obtaining them through a villager hunt. So basically you don't have to villager hunt for these Sanrio villages only, so you know what I mean? So for our second villager suggestion, we have Marty. So Marty is supposed to assemble Pom Pom Purin, which is a Sanrio based character that is involved in the Sanrio franchise. And also, I like the idea that Marty is got two colours, which is brown and yellow, which are very semi-neutral colours. So if you're thinking about it, not all Sanrio villagers have to be particularly, bright colours, keycore colours, you know what I mean? They don't have to be like pastel, semi-keycore. They don't all have to be all the colours of the rainbow, you know what I mean? But for Marty in particular, he's kind of got semi-neutral colours, whereas Rilla, our first suggestion, she only had probably white, red, blue, those three colours, which are kind of more towards, I wouldn't say kidcore, but I'm kind of thinking it could be kidcore, but not fairycore that much, because fairycore focuses on more pastel colours. But for these two in particular, they've both got kind of silly differences. So when it comes to Sanrio themed islands, I would like to see them on the islands, you know what I mean? Let's get to the next one, shall we? So for our third video suggestion, we have Edwall. So Edwall is supposed to assemble Kiki and Nala, which are part of the Sanrio franchise. But as you can tell, all of it's kind of like very pastel-y colours. So for example, her actual bed's kind of got a bit of a rainbow, which is all pastel-y. And plus even the actual stereo as well is very pastel-y colours as well. So there's a lot of things that Sanrio kind of make when it comes to looking at the villages, because I kind of like the design of all the Sanrios because they are all different in a unique way. So for example, Edwall focuses on more pastel-y colours, which is linked to Fairycore, for example. Whereas Marty, it was all to do with semi-neutral colours. And for Rilla, it's kind of like semi-kidcore colours and that stuff. So I like how they all got their own different styles, and it kind of fits the Sanrio theme. So for example, if you was going to do a Sanrio themed island, I'll heavily recommend these villages, I would say. So let's get to the next one, shall we? So for our fourth video suggestion, we have Chai. So Chai is supposed to assemble Cinnamon Roll, which is a Sanrio character based on the Sanrio franchise. And plus sometimes when I look at Chai, she has a lot of different kind of more semi-pastel colours and that stuff, including that she's got a bit of, inside her house it's more of a cafe sort of thing, which is what Cinnamon Roll is all about. And plus I like how Chai's got a bit of a different accessory, which is the actual teacup on the top of her head, so I quite like that sort of thing. So I would heavily recommend her for Sanrio themed islands as well. But when you're thinking about it, when it comes to having different villages that you can actually villager hunt for, I recommend going for ones that are kind of blue, pastel-y, semi-neutral colours, kidcore related and all those stuff, so it kind of fits in with the vibe and also Fairycore related. So whatever you're kind of thinking about is that you need to have 4 other villages that you can actually obtain through villager hunting or amiibo. But when it comes to Sanrio villages, you only have to obtain for amiibo because they're crossover villages, for example. So let's get to our next village suggestion, shall we? So for our 5th village suggestion, we have Chelsea. So Chelsea is supposed to assemble My Melody, which is a Sanrio-based character based on the Sanrio franchise. And also, as I can tell, her actual inside her house, it looks more Fairycore because of there's a lot of pink going around. So when it comes to pink, I kind of think Fairycore in a way because pink is one of the pastel colours. So her and Etoile are both Fairycore villages. So if you were going to have Fairycore involved, these 2 I would heavily recommend. Or just stick with the Sanrio themed idea when it comes to village hunting, for example. So if you're thinking about doing village hunting for our villages, I would probably heavily recommend maybe Judy, Sherb, Apple, and Hamlet, because I think those are the only 4 villages that I could heavily recommend for that sort of thing. But for now, I'm only focusing on the Sanrio villages in particular, only just for this village suggestion video anyway. So let's get to our last one, shall we? So for our last village suggestion, we have Toby. So Toby posed to assemble Kerakorobi, which is a part of the Sanrio franchise. And I kind of like his general core aesthetic, only because it's actually quite built in as he's living in a jungle with all his other villagers, kind of more bamboo jungle related. So all of those kind of give me jungle vibes. So if it comes to getting like jungle core villages, you could obviously have those a part of your Sanrio themed island as well. So I'll probably recommend maybe Camo Frog or Tad. Maybe those ones could probably fit the vibe because they're frogs. And even though Toby's a rabbit, but I was thinking if it comes to jungle core, I always think about the frogs first, then the other species in a way. So there's a lot of things you can do when it comes to Sanrio themed islands, but I was kind of thinking you might as well include the Sanrio villages that go with it. So for example, instead of only having to villager hunt for them, you can just obtain them by getting the amiibo cards off of Amazon, maybe other stores like Game in maybe the UK, or other stores that you can get in maybe, I think in the US, but I think there's a few other ones you can get in the US that we can't get over in other countries in Europe, for example. So you know what I mean? So let's get into it, okay? Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. So I was kind of focusing on what actual Sanrio villages that I could probably come up with, but I only focus on those 6 in particular only because they're mostly easy for me to think of when it comes to Sanrio themed islands. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and hopefully you guys actually found some villages that might suit Sanriocore, for example. Make sure to leave a like on this video. If you're new to my channel and see more of my content, please subscribe to a variety of content you might enjoy, might involve Animal Crossing content, Miitopia content. So for next week I'm going to probably do a mixture, but I'm kind of thinking about doing probably Miitopia Let's Play series again, but I'll probably do it as a premiere for Monday, so stay tuned for that. Also turn notifications for further Animal Crossing and Miitopia content for me. So bye for Animal Crossing, I'll see you next one, so bye!